What's up, YouTubers? Matthew King 411 here for a review on You've Got a Friend in Me, Toy Story 4. Alrighty, guys, Toy Story 4. It was alright movie. It was alright. So it starts off kind of reminiscing some old stuff. There's a scene to where Woody and the gang saved RC, the car. He was stuck outside in a thunderstorm and mud. So this is it's taking place like 9 years ago, is what it said 9 years ago. And him, Buzz, Bo Peep, they all worked together to save RC, which they did. Congratulations. Good job, guys. Very, very proud of you. So, after that happens, of course, it remnants Toy Story 3 to where Andy gave his toys to Bonnie, which is their new owners. So now we're in present time. Bonnie has the toys and is playing with them. Well, she's playing with all of them except Woody. I guess she doesn't like to play with Woodies. But Woody stays in the closet while she plays with everybody. And Woody's kind of like, oh, like she don't really want me. Like she thinks I'm boring or something. Like I'm not the toy for her. So she starts preschool. Well, it's a pretty much to see if you get into preschool, so a pre-K thing. And Woody follows her to school, gets in her backpack to make sure everything goes as smooth as possible because that is her new kid, or that is his new kid, my bad. And he wants to make sure that her first day of school was nothing but great. So he gets there and finds out that there was a kid that took her crowns and threw some of them in the trash can and things like that. Woody's like, oh no, like she's crying, she's upset, I gotta fix this. So Woody jumps in the trash can, throws some crowns at Bonnie. She's like, oh, cool. And then he finds a spork, some yarn, some googly eyes, and things like that. And now Bonnie made Forky, which is the new character in Toy Story 4. So Bonnie's parents, was like, well, since you did such a great day on kindergarten, we're going on a road trip since we got a week before school starts. She's like, yeah, road trip, road trip. So all the gang get together, go on the road trip. Forky, since he thinks he's trash, that's what he calls himself. He doesn't call himself a toy, he calls himself trash, which was actually kind of funny throughout the movie, because Woody's like, Forky, what are you? He's like, I'm trash, because that's what he thinks he is, because he was in a trash can. So there's a bunch of scenes in the movies where he keeps jumping in the trash can because that's where he thinks he belongs. It was actually kind of funny, that part was. So they get on the road trip, and Forky jumps out the bus. He's just like, I'm trash! Or not the bus, but the RV. So he jumps out, and Woody's like, I gotta save him. He's like, I'll meet you guys at the RV park. So Woody jumps out the RV and goes out to Forky. So once they do that, they pass a collectible consignment shop. Woody and Forky does on their way back to the RV park so they can get back with the gang before Bonnie wakes up and realizes that Forky is not there because Forky is now Bonnie's new best friend. Well, actually, let me rewind it a little bit. My bad. My apologies. 9 years ago, so Woody has a thing for Bo Peep. Bo Peep was a lamp with her sheep, and it was Andy's sister's toy. Well, lamp, my bad. And they gave it away. So Bo Peep and all of them hasn't been seen in over 9 years. So Woody goes into this consignment shop because he sees a lamp that's in the window and it has sheep on it. And he's like, maybe Bo Peep's in there. So he's like, Forky, let's go. We'll go in this consignment shop and we will find out if she's here and we'll get back to the RV before Bonnie wakes up. So they go into the consignment shop and there's a freaking dummy that's pushing a Gabby doll. That's what it was called. And Gabby doll, she's been in that consignment shop for years. Or it's an antique shop. I'll just put antique. But she's been in there for years looking for her right owner. Well, she realizes that Woody has a string on the back of him that works perfectly fine. She pulled her string and it doesn't work very well. Her voice box and the string is broken. Woody pulls his and it's perfectly. So now she's like, oh, yes, I know where Bo Peep is. Come with me. Just so she can try to take Woody's voice box. So they end up finding out that's what's going on. Woody's like, we gotta get out of here. So once he gets Forky, they try to escape. Did not work out very well at all. Woody did the thing where he falls over, like whenever they say like Andy's coming, and when he did that, the owner of the antique shop found Woody, and then she was like, "Grandma, can I take this toy out?" She's like, "Yeah, darling, that's fine." And now Gabby and the dummy has Forky, and Woody's like, "Oh no! Like I gotta get Forky. That's the whole reason why I went after Forky." So the little girl takes Woody to the park, plays on the swing and all that. Woody gets down, runs away, realizes that there's a bunch of kids getting off a school bus, and they are about to come play on the playground where Woody is. None of them even bother Woody. But he jumps in the bushes and he hears something. He sees something coming after him, an animal, and it was a skunk. Well, not really a skunk. It was an RC car, and underneath the RC car was Bo Peep and her sheep. And she's like, "Woody?" And Woody's like, "Bo Peep?" I love connection thing because they haven't seen each other in years, man. Like, it's some madly in love people. So, Bo Peep's like, "What are you doing?" He explained that he has a new owner and it's a girl, and what he's doing, trying to say Forky and all that. She's like, "Oh, okay." And she's like, "So where is he?" And he's like, "Second consignment shop, or second antique is what it's called." And she's like, "Oh, no, like we're not going in there." And then Woody's like, "What do you mean?" She goes, "No, I don't like that place." Bo Peep was in that antique shop for 7 years, is what she said. And nobody ever bought her or collected her or anything like that. So she is now what you consider a lost toy. So that means she just runs around and someone picks her up, they play with her, they pick her up and play with her. She don't really care. She's a lost toy now. And then he explained to her, Bonnie is my kid. I have to do anything to make her happy. And then he started talking about Andy's sister, and Bo Peep was like, "Okay, all right, let's go do this." So they team up together, and they go back to the antique shop. Now, Buzz and Jesse and all them at the RV, they're like, "Where's Woody?" So Buzz is like, "I'm going to go see if I can go find him and save him." So he jumps out, and he gets captured by the Carney guy, I guess. Puts him up on a board so someone can win him. There's where he meets his two new friends. I cannot think what their name is, but I know that they're bunny stuffed animals, voiced by Key and Peele. Freaking awesome. And they were funny. They were really funny too. And Buzz ends up escaping out of there, and he takes them with him. And he explains to them, they're trying to find Woody and all that, because every toy, they just want a kid. That's it. Because the same thing with the Key and Peele's characters. They just want a kid. So Woody, Bo Peep, and all them go to the antique shop. And once they get there, well, they get on the roof because that's the best way to go. And once they get on the roof, Bo Peep's like, "Buzz." And Woody's like, "Yeah, but Buzz will come to my rescue if I need him and all that." And of course, Buzz Lightyear is right there. So Buzz Lightyear, the new stuffed animal characters, Bo Peep and her sheep, Bo Peep's like little sidekick, and Woody all go inside the antique shop so that way they can try to save Forky. Well, when they go in there, they realize we got a plan. We have to make a plan. Bo Peep knows some secret locations in that place because she was there for years, and she goes into this room. Once she does, that's where they meet Canada Knievel. This is what I pretty much call him, voiced by Keanu Reeves. Awesome. I know, right? He's Evel Knievel, but the Canada version. And it was quite funny because he cannot complete any stunts. He crashes. And that's what he's best for, is crashing and not completing his stunts. So they needed him to crash into the case. So therefore they can save Forky because they know exactly where Forky is. So Buzz and the stuffed animals are trying to think of a plan on how to get the key to unlock the case. So therefore they can save Forky. They figure out the plan. Literally, they waited on a shelf and the owner put the key on the tray, and they took the key, and they're like, "Well, how'd you get the key?" And Buzz is like, "It was very difficult, very, very hard, very, very hard." That's literally all it was. They waited on the shelf, and she put her key down. So I laughed at that. It was pretty funny. And so they all got the plan together, Evel Knievel did this thing to where he crashed like he normally does, but a shot a rope across, so that before they could all zip line across. So Woody and Bo Peep get on the rope, go over there, and she unlocks the cabinet. And once she does, she realizes that the dummies aren't there anymore. The dummies are on lookout. Well, they find Bo Peep and they find Woody. Well, they capture Woody and they start trying to pull his voice box out to give to Gabby Gabby. And once they do that, Bo Peep starts fighting. Bo Peep is badass in this movie. Like, she gets her little walking stick and she's like, the sheeps bite the dummy's ass and all that. Like, this is some hardcore action scenes in this movie. So Buzz is like, oh no, Woody's in trouble, and tries to pull him back before Woody gets a chance to say Forky. Because Forky is playing hide and seek because that's what Gabby Gabby told him to do. And then Woody found Forky. So he wasn't leaving until he had Forky, but Buzz was trying to pull him back. Gabby Gabby was trying to pull him, and that's what started ripping Woody's voice box out. Well, there's a freaking cat. The store cat, the old grandma has a cat. So, I mean, go figure on that. So the cat jumps up, pulls the string down, pulls everybody down. The cat, I'm trying to think, took some stuffing out of the Key and Peele's character, and then the Canada Knievel took the cat outside, so therefore they could try to escape. The cat ate Bo Peep's sidekick. I was like, oh shit, this movie is dark. Ended up spitting it out. It was like, and then spit the toy out. So they're all sitting there, and they all got into like a big discussion, like, forget that toy, we're going back. And Woody's like, no, I will not forget the toy. And Bo Peep's like, why? Because Woody goes, that's all I have left. And then Bo Peep's like, so we don't matter? And then Woody's like, no, that's not what I meant. Like, I don't do nothing. Like, this is what I have to do. This is what I am set to do. So Bo Peep is like, well, don't count us in. And Key and Peele's character is like, yeah, we're out too. And they walk away. And then Buzz ends up going back to the RV. And Woody goes back inside to try to save Forky. So they all go do their own thing. And Woody goes back inside. He sits down and talks to Gabby Gabby. Woody's just pretty much at the point. He goes, look, if I can have Forky, you can have my voice box. So it's kind of like a little touchy, sad moment there. So they get Woody's voice box out, gives it to Gabby Gabby, and then she goes and puts herself under the cabinet. And Woody and Forky are sitting there waiting for the moment because that's her moment. That's what all she's been waiting for years. Is the owner's granddaughter comes in there and has tea party all the time. So she pulls her string. The granddaughter finally realizes her, picks her up, and you think that they're going to have like a good connection, like this is about to be her new kid. No, she just throws her in a box. Woody goes over there. Gabby's like, no, like just leave me. And then he gave an emotional, touching speech, and Bo Peep's like, you are correct. So Bo Peep's now joining the team. So Woody's going to get Gabby Gabby, take her back to the RV with them. Same thing with the stuffed animal or Key and Peele's character. So therefore they can all finally have their own kid. Well, when they do that, they all start going back to the RV. They get a plan. Everybody that's inside the van has a plan. They're like, look, we got to get to the carousel because that's where we're meeting Woody. So Woody and Forky, so therefore he can come back with us. So they end up going there. Forky gets to the carousel. I'm trying to remember how Forky got back. Backpack. Bonnie's backpack was laying on the floor at the place because she forgot it. So Forky jumps in the backpack, so does Woody. And then she comes back to get the backpack, and that's when Woody realized the whole thing about Gabby Gabby. And that's when he jumped out of the backpack and he said, Forky, go tell Buzz and all of them, meet me at the carousel. And then he's like, okay, got it. So that's what happened with that. Now we're back to where we were. So he gets on the carousel, or all the toys come to life and mess around with the RV that Bonnie's parents are driving to get them to get to the carousel. Once they do, they lift a little thing out because Woody, Bo Peep's sheep, the new Key and Peele characters are waiting there. My bad. Let me rewind. On their way there, they see a little girl that's lost by the porta potty. She's crying and freaking out and all that. Gabby looks at her. She goes, "This is what I have to do." And Woody's like, "Are you sure?" She's like, "Yeah." So Gabby gets down there, and then she now has an owner. The little girl that was lost, that was scared. It was a really touching moment. Here comes the touching, like, shocker twist of Toy Story 4. Once they get to the carousel and they pull out the little door to get Woody and all that on board, Woody realizes he's going to go back to Bonnie. Bonnie's not going to play with him or realize that he's there. He's just going to collect dust in the closet. He looks at Buzz, and Buzz is like, "It's okay. She'll be fine." We're all thinking that he's talking about Bo Peep, because Bo Peep is going back out to the wild. She don't want to own her or anything like that. She wants to be a lost toy. And Buzz is like, "She'll be fine." And Woody's just kind of like, "Huh?" And then Buzz goes, "Bonnie will be fine." I'm like, oh shit. Woody ain't going back with the gang. So the whole gang comes out there from Toy Story 1 and 2 and all that. Rex and Slinky, Ham, Potato Heads, Bullseye, all of them. They go out there, and of course they give Bo Peep a hug, but they give Woody a big final goodbye farewell hug. I'm just like, oh man, it's actually kind of touchy. So Woody tells them goodbye, and then of course Forky gives Woody a big hug because Woody was like Forky's mentor. So Woody goes back to Bo Peep, and now they are lost toys. And literally, no shit, that is how the damn movie ended. All the toys lived happily with Bonnie, and Woody and Bo Peep went and did their thing. The end. Conclusion to that damn story: Woody left his damn friends for a girl. Don't do that. Thanks for watching my review.